Hello everyone and welcome to our first doubleheader in Olympia Series history. Today we will be taking on the Cyclones of Iowa State in Game 9 of the Season 9 and the Wildcats of Kansas State in Game 10. Let's go ahead and start with Iowa State as number 2 Olympia comes to Ames and seeks to quiet this crowd and walk away with another predictable victory here. Iowa State 2-5. Let's get started on 3rd and 6, and Olympia a quick 3 and out to start this game on offense. Why am I doing a doubleheader real quick? There's not a lot of time before the new game, so I got to get these out. And I think if I finish the season out on 2 doubleheaders, it's not a bad way to really speed things up and tell the story in a different way than live commentary, but more of like a reactionary commentary maybe. So 1st and 10, and now 3rd and 6 for the Cyclones as they got across midfield. Perez throwing in the snow. This is a bit of a struggle for him this game. 0-1 passing here, but let's just see what his passing numbers in the game at. 4th and 6, and the Cyclones would go for it and almost throw a pick 6 there to James McIntosh. Trying to get a little fancy. This is James' problem. He's so good that sometimes he doesn't do things by the book. Dunmore getting drugged down by his face mask there, and you can see Zach Schuster got a little heated, but thankfully in the cold it cooled everything down. No need to get hot over that. Let's just let our play dominate this game. And then a buck sweep to Eddie Jong, and he rips off a 60-yard touchdown run here. Or 50-yard rather, as Eddie Jong untouched, great blocking ahead of him, and the speedy receiving back, the redshirt senior, scoring the first touchdown of the game. By the way, a Heisman candidate at this point in our season. And now a throw to Eric Maddox. Perez throwing this one on a tight rope here. Eric Maddox gets a 45-yard catch in the snow. That is a bonus in Ames. And now they're in scoring position. Now Smith a handoff, and Smith fighting through contact, again breaking a tackle, and a 19-yard run there down to the 11-yard line. 3rd and 10 after 2 consecutive misses though. Perez almost throwing a pick to James McIntosh yet again. I'm not sure James even saw that one. Perez 1 for 6 on the day, and the Iowa State Cyclones will have to settle for 3. Dunmore on 3rd and 9, another long 3rd down situation. I have not liked our 1st and 2nd downs this game. Now 1st and 10, Dunmore on a QB sweep. Gonna pull it and doesn't quite have the speed of Darius McIntyre. You just can imagine McIntyre might have taken that for 6. Dunmore still picks up a 1st down, however. Now 2nd and 10, a screen pass out here to make this a manageable 3rd down situation. Again, our 1st downs have not been the best. We really got to get that under control. 3rd and 4, and we're running it. Power running here. Eddie Jong following his blockers and fighting through a tackle for a 13-yard run. Jong already up to 70 yards on the day. Play action, Dunmore going to find Rutherford on the post, and Rutherford down to the 22. Olympia keeping up the tempo here. One thing that's been hard to dominate is time of possession, as we find Jong on the swing route. When you're the best team on the field offensively and you keep going up and down the field, it's really hard to actually maintain control. And now 3rd and 3, and Justin Bright goes down for a 1-yard loss. So the Raiders would settle for 3 as well. Still only a 1-score lead for Olympia. Iowa State back on offense, and Smith with the 1-yard loss there. Now it's 3rd down and 11. Perez still struggling to really find his footing throwing the ball here. Throwing this one and had an open target in between the zones and just missed him. Winding down the 1st quarter here, Olympia back on offense. It's an inverted veer handoff to Bright, and he'd pick up a 1st down. Justin Bright, the true freshman, has had a pretty solid running campaign. And now 2nd and 10, stacks wide, and Dunmore would find Schuster in stride and catch it. Touchdown, Zach Schuster, a 36-yard reception. We've seen a lot of Olympia running stacks to confuse the defense there, get the safeties to bite, or even if it's a safety one-on-one with Schuster, is Dunmore taking this one back on offense again down to the 18-yard line, as Olympia trying to pad stats here a little bit. 1st and 10 and keep running up this score. Now a handoff to Jong, and he gets down to the 7-yard line. Still not a 1st down. Now 3rd and goal. Tate in motion. It's a handoff. Jong will score his 2nd score of the game. And Olympia will go up 21 points. So back on offense here, Iowa State. They need something to stay in this game. Smith with a really nice run ripped off here. Jay Moore takes the wrong angle off a block. And Smith will get down inside Olympia's 50, down to about the 45. Now at the 40 on 3rd and 7, 41 rather. Perez snapping the ball, running out of time, and then throws this one. Picked off James McIntosh, and you knew it would come. As Perez does at least track down McIntosh and stop the pick six, but he's been throwing it towards James way too much today. When you throw it towards that lockdown island there, we call him James Tonamo Bay maybe, it's going to get picked off at some point. John with a nice 8-yard run on the power here. Now 2nd down and 2. Another inverted veer. Dunmore bouncing off hits. Dunmore sprinting to the edge and fighting his way down the 12-yard line. Dunmore, dare I say, has been the best runner in Olympia history from quarterbacks, even over Darius McIntyre, as they would tack on 3 on this drive and go up 24 points. Back on offense once again, Wesley Dunmore and the Raiders throwing this one. A nice throw here to Zach Schuster. And I don't know how he fit it into that window. Dunmore with just a fantastic arm he's developed over his time here. And now throwing the screen pass out. Schuster with some blocks. Schuster into the end zone. Another score. And we would go up 31 points with a minute left in the half. Iowa State really needing something big to happen here. Perez sacked. The pocket collapsed around him, and he ran into an edge rusher. 1st and 10 on offense once again. Dunmore pitching it out to Justin Bright. He's got a lot of room in front of him as Justin Bright steps out of bounds. And the Raiders in scoring position once again. Jong in motion now. Dunmore dropping back, throwing this one out to Schuster on the flag route. You can tell we've been focusing him in the snow. You want to hit your best target. And it's 3rd and goal now. Dunmore rolling out to the right. And he's going to stop and pop and floats this one over the heads of defenders to Schuster in the end zone. And they score once again, a 38-point lead over the Cyclones. Perez throwing another pick on offense. Mark Walker catching this one. And with 30 seconds left, the Raiders can look to score once again. Dunmore dropping back. He's going to roll out right here and finds Eddie Jong in running motion. Tries to hurdle the defender and somehow doesn't clear the pylon. I thought he did, as the cornerback had to bite on him. Now 2nd and goal, and Dunmore fights his way into the end zone. 48-3, your score going to halftime. Boos rating down here in Ames. This one has not been pretty. And we would start the second half here. 48-3, a nice run here from Smith as he would break a tackle, stiff arm another tackler, gets down to the about 44-yard line, a 30-yard run. He's had a good day. Perez dropping back, throwing this one out, caught by Eric Maddox. Speaking of the other Iowa State player that's had a pretty solid day, Maddox with a nice catch and up to 86 yards receiving. 3rd and 9 now. Perez really needs a touchdown here, throwing this one out of the back of the end zone. 5 for 21 so far on the day, 2 of those interceptions. They'll settle for 3. Back on offense, Dunmore rolling up to the right. Nothing is open. He's going to take off and run with this one, and he'll get out to about the 15-yard line. A nice 25-yard run. There is Dunmore's over 100 yards on the day from the ground. Play action, Dunmore finding Dawson, who fights his way into the end zone. And now up to 55-6. This game was never really that close. Now Perez finding Eric Maddox again. One bright spot for Iowa State and one bad spot for Olympia as they tack on 3. The tight end play, as we've seen all season. Dawson fighting through contact. And the running game wasn't that bad either. It really just came down to Olympia playing good defense in most of the situations, as Eddie Jong would take this trap all the way to the end zone. A 38-yard run, now 62-9. Back on offense once again. Starter still in the game. And Dunmore airing it out on the flag to Jong. A bit of an underthrow, but with the kind of room Eddie had, catches it easily. Now Dunmore over 250 yards passing on the day. 1st and 10, play action. Dunmore on the rollout, finds Cox in the back of the end zone. A 10-yard touchdown catch. Iowa State would finally tack on 3 more. Score is 69-12. We check in here in the 4th quarter with Iowa State having the ball. Perez throwing this out to Cox. Another tight end named Cox on the field here, as he would get down to about midfield. First and 10 at midfield. Perez, handoff Bates with a nice run here. And Iowa State never stopped trying. I had to give them credit for that. But it doesn't matter when you're down 57 points. What do you really do here? Reese with the handoff, and he's shrugging off a tackler as he's down to about the 15-yard line. And we did still have our starters in this game. Actually, we subbed them out for this play. So Eric Maddox catching a touchdown there. We've been phasing them in and out on that possession, and then that final play, most of them were backups. So now checking into offense, Chris Mason ripping off a nice run here on the QB keeper, about a 15-yard run. Now he is mostly a running quarterback. Now a triple option that he will hang on to, and he gets rocked and the ball's free. And that's one difference between him and Wesley Dunmore. Dunmore very secure with the ball. This 50-point game quickly could swing into maybe 40-point territory, which would be so awful. George Perez sacked for 8-yard loss, now 3rd and 18. And the Cyclones will go for it on 4th and 5. So the Olympia backup defense trying to make a name for themselves. And they would with back-to-back sacks here. John Marquardt would come in and he would get sacked. So Perez's day might be done. We'll see if he comes back as it's a handoff. Justin Bright. Bright, a 9-yard run there. It'll be 2nd down and inches. And Olympia winding down this game, wasting some clock. Now pitch out to Justin Bright. He'll pick up the 1st down. And he gets to about the 30-yard line. As Justin Bright would go down on this play. Thankfully, it would be nothing too serious, but his day would pretty much be done. Or maybe a run or two, just to see how he's doing. Brian Davis, a 9-yard run on the end round here. Now 2nd down and 1. Handoff Dave Ramsey and Darrell Ramsey, sorry. And he would pick up 5 yards and a 1st down. 1st and 10, and the midline read. Chris Mason getting down to the 1-yard line. He tries to hurdle his way into the end zone and doesn't. And with 1st and goal, the Raiders would try to reward him with a touchdown. And he would fight off the tackler for the touchdown as Olympia, a 76-point bomb here. Let's just say they won this game handily. Wesley Dunmore, your player of the game. I did think that was well-deserved. And Olympia would go ahead and jump into the 2nd game, now at home, after traveling to Ames to take on the Kansas State Wildcats. Now the Wildcats are a bit of a better team than Iowa State, so I didn't expect the result to be the same. But it was really encouraging to see how hard our defense could step up in the snow and use that to our advantage. And the offense didn't really miss too many beats in the snow. Very shocking there. As you see, Justin Bright is healthy here. Let's go ahead and jump into this game. And off we go here in Olympia as Adam Henry would return this one, and the superstar returner, the redshirt freshman running back, he had a decent return there. Of course, he's continuing with Rudy Rutherford for the Jet returner of the year. Dunmore on 1st and 10, finding Dawson on the curl here, the check down, be a 10-yard reception, 2nd down and inches. Coming into the pistol train formation here, it's a handoff. Jong following his lead blockers, and he's past midfield inside Wildcat territory. And Jong looking to get across 1,000 yards today. The 2nd running back in Olympia history if he does so. Now Bright following an off-tackle sweep. And it's a 12-yard run, 1st and 10. Pistol full house, and it's an inverted veer. Dunmore with the keeper following his blockers, jukes inside, and fights through a tackle for an extra yard or two. It'll be an 8-yard run for Wesley. Now 3rd and 2, man in motion. It's a handoff, Eddie Jong following his blockers once again. 20, turns the corner, 5, fighting his way into the end zone. Touchdown, a 30-yard touchdown run for Eddie. And the superstar redshirt senior continues to impress, trying to take away the Heisman potentially from his own quarterback, as both are in the top 5 currently projected running. Now 3rd and 14, McPherson sacked. And Olympia keeps up the pressure. We've been bringing 5 the back half of this year, and it has been working. 1st and 10 now, keeper for Wesley Dunmore. Dunmore spins inside, and if Schuster holds a block, that's a touchdown. As Wesley's also seeking the 2nd ever quarterback 1,000-yard rushing campaign in Olympia history. Now throwing this one to Schuster. Oh, hospital pass there. It was a nice throw and a nice catch, but unfortunately could not hang on, and we would doing this one off the upright, unfortunately, as Phil Givens misses the field goal and Olympia could not go up 2 scores. Wildcats again have the ball with a chance to maybe respond now after some decent defense, honestly. 7-yard run there for Stevie Norwood. Now 3rd down and 4. McPherson, keeper. Jay Moore finds him, and then Lee Williams finishes off the tackle, and that will be a punt. Olympia back on offense. It's a counter play to Jong, and Jong has a lot of room in front of him. A nice block there from Ty Crease. Jong will pick up 15 yards on the run, and we head to the second quarter. Now QB keeper for Wesley Dunmore, and he fights off the safety there. It's a 15-yard for Dunmore across midfield. He's up to 40 on the day. Stacks looking, Dunmore. The blitz is picked up by Jong, and Schuster catches the touchdown. And the unsung hero of that play is Eddie John picking up the blitz and blocking the blitzer to give Dunmore enough time to throw the beautiful pass to Schuster, who absolutely obliterated the coverage. 3rd and 1 now. Wildcats looking for a score. Matthews catching the screen, but he stopped for a loss there. And now back on offense, Olympia. Finding Schuster on the flag route this time, and he's down to the 20-yard line. A 1st and 10, a 28-yard reception, as Schuster's already up to 76 on the day. Now dropping back, Dunmore throwing this one to the end zone, finds his target, Zach Schuster. A poco there as he cuts inside for the post and then cuts outside for the corner. And another touchdown for Schuster. Back on offense, McPherson finding his target for a 25-yard gain down to the 50. Down 3 scores, you don't want to see another game like Iowa State if you're KState. Norwood with the handoff here, and he would get down to about the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, McPherson, it's a keeper, and he gets rocked! Ball is picked up by Dick Parrish. He forces the fumble, picks up, shrugs off the tackle, jukes off his own guy, shrugs off another tackle, and big boy's rumbling towards the end zone. James McIntosh with a block. 11 jumps on him, and he drags him into the end zone. I don't know if I've ever seen something that incredible on defense. And McPherson is hurt on the play, but Dick Parrish just blows up the play, forces the fumble, picks it up, and shrugs off about 4 tackles before dragging the offensive player into the end zone. So Towns checks in and almost throws a pick 6 to James McIntosh. Backup quarterback here for K-State. Towns dropping back, throwing this one out, and James McIntosh breaks that one up. Just wanted to show a highlight of how good he's been. You gotta stop testing him. Even when he gives up a catch, he forces it out. 3rd and 6 here, and Towns throwing this one deep and almost picked off by Jay Moore. Olympia would get the ball back. So 2nd and 15, already a 28-point game. Dunmore with the keeper on the counter option, juking outside. Dunmore's got some blocks across midfield down to the 46-yard line. A 30-yard run for the double redshirt junior. Now Dunmore has Ty Crease open, finds him on the streak, touchdown. And the Stacks look has given defenders so much trouble this season. Now Towns back on offense. A nice throw on the run here for the backup quarterback. Louis Blanchard catching this one as we would almost be to halftime here. Wildcats trying to score before half. Towns throwing this one up and intercepted by Mark Walker in the end zone. And unfortunately for the Wildcats, it would just go from bad to worse as now 1st and 10, dropping back. Dunmore throwing this one out, caught by Rudy Rutherford down to the 34-yard line. And the Raiders trying to throw on one more score before halftime. Dawson in motion, Dunmore dropping back. He's got Ty Crease one-on-one, breaks it past the corner, and unfortunately an overthrow means Crease has to lay out for it. Could have been 6. 1st and 10, Dunmore dropping back, rolling out to the right. He's going to take off with this one, and he will have the 1st down, steps out at the 11-yard line. 20 seconds remaining in this half, and we will likely see Olympia go for 6 here. Dunmore throwing this one to the end zone, caught, Schuster, touchdown. 42-0 your score, but we weren't done yet. As the Raiders and Schuster would have a season record. He would break his own record for receiving yards. Olympia 42-0. We'll see it in the second half for more. And we start the second half here. 1st down and 10. McPherson throwing this one out. And how about a pick 6 for James McIntosh to start off the half? You knew he was due for it this episode. Should have had it in the last game, has it in this game. McIntosh has dominated all facets of play. And now John with the handoff past midfield. as Eddie Jong has put together 90 yards rushing almost today. I mean, he really is going to challenge Wesley Dunmore for the Heisman or prevent him from being able to get it, as Justin Bright breaks an off tackle down to the 2-yard line. And everything just going right for the Raiders here. First and goal, Tate in motion. Handoff, Jong. Tate picks up the edge rusher, and it's a 2-yard touchdown for the senior. First and 10 as your score is 56-0. Now a handoff to the counter for Eddie Jong as Olympia back on offense. Jong down to the 45-yard line, a 14-yard run. And as we wind down this game, we'll just see a few more highlights here. First and 10, now second and 6. Handoff, Eddie Jong. Has a block on the edge. Has some blocks outside, and unfortunately can't escape pressure there. And he will go down. Olympia would settle for 3. Now Mason in the game, checks in, and finds Rudy Rutherford on the corner route, and Rutherford will score. As that will all but do it. One more play here. Chris Mason play action, rolling out to the right, and finds Stitch Robinson on the floater. And Robinson fighting past the tackler down to the 12-yard line. And that would officially do it here, as your Raiders just could not be stopped this episode. Dunmore, another player of the game. Anybody could have gotten it on this one. Just 2 blowouts. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how you liked the doubleheader. I will do it one more time this season to close out the regular season, but the championship games will not be. So thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.